Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I straighten my long curly hair. I'm going to show you guys a few of my tips and tricks and hopefully you guys will find it useful. So to get started, I use the Tresemme Keratin Smooth Flat Ironing Spray as a heat protectant, and I also use the Paul Mitchell Smoothing Serum. This actually really does help make your hair super soft after applying all that heat to your hair. So yeah. When I took a shower and washed my hair, I forgot my brush, so I just brushed my hair out super quick. So after your hair is all brushed out and ready to go, put in your heat protectant. I spray it in first all over, and then I put some in my hands and then I run it through my hair just to make sure it gets to the root, underneath, in the middle, and all that good stuff. And make sure you put it on your ends. Look at my ends, they're frayed. I need a haircut pretty bad, but I don't like getting haircuts. So then I take my smoothing serum, and because I have so much hair, I put like 5 pumps in, and then later you'll see I go in and put more in because I just have so much hair. But it actually is a pretty good product. If you guys can find a smoothing serum that you guys like, I think it would really help improve how soft your hair is after doing all this hairstyling. And then after you put in your heat protectant and whatever else you want to put in, brush your hair because it helps even out and spread everything throughout all of your hair from root to tip. And then I always blow dry my hair first because I find it to be kind of a time saver, even though you're adding another process to it. And I use a round brush. Using a round brush really does change how quickly your hair straightens. Before, I never used a round brush and it would take me like 2 hours just to blow dry my hair. And now it really only takes me like 30 minutes, maybe 45, depending on how straight I want it to be. But yeah, I always start on my left, so you guys, that's why I sped through it, so you guys really can't see what I'm doing. But when I get to the right side, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I always do my hair, I part it down the middle, and then I tie up one side, and then I work on one side. And as you can see now, I'm on the right side. I'm just brushing it again because somehow, even though it was tied up and I didn't do anything to it, it got more knots. I don't know if you curly hair girls can relate, but this always happens to me, and I just don't know how. I just don't. But yeah, I'm gonna brush it out, make sure it's not free. I'm gonna add a little bit more heat protectant and my smoothing serum in a little bit. I find that parting it down the middle and working with it in halves makes it also faster, because whenever I try to do like just half of my head and then the other half of my head, it takes me a really long time. But when I do half of my head, if that makes sense, a quarter of my head, I guess, it comes out to be faster when I blow dry it. And before you blow dry your hair, before you like actually take the blow dryer to blow dry your hair, make sure there's no knots in your hair, because when you're using the brush, you don't want to pull through, like pull a knot through. Like, one, it'll really hurt, and two, it's really not good at all for your hair. Another thing that I do is when I blow dry my hair, I just apply a little bit of heat to the root, because that's a problem area for me. I don't know if it is for anyone else, but my roots drying is a problem. The rest of my hair will dry fine, but the root will always be wet. And then when I go to flat iron it, you can hear it frying, and that clearly is not good. I got thirsty, so I went to get something to drink. I don't know where you guys straighten your hair, but where I straighten my hair, on the top of my counter is vinyl, or I think that's what it's called, vinyl. So I just put a rag down so that the heat from my flat iron wouldn't burn it. When I flat iron my hair, I start from the bottom and I work my way up. I don't do it in quarters like I blow dry my hair. I know some people that do it like that and it works well for them, but I've tried it and personally for me, it's just more of a hassle. I don't know. It's supposed to be easier, but it's just more of a hassle for me. Maybe it'll be easier for you guys. You'll see in a second when I get closer to the top, instead of going around my whole head, I take a section of my hair just from the back and straighten just that part. So here I am now. So I'm just going to go from side to side across the top of my head. And then I'm just going to take that section and flip it to the back. And then tie the rest of my hair up. And when you tie your hair up, you want to make sure you tie it kind of tight so that when you're taking the brush through the hair that you're drying, it doesn't pull on any other hair that you might have tied up. So I straighten that section in the back, and I do this because after I'm done with that, I can just work from side to side rather than going around my whole entire head, because I don't know if you guys have stronger arms than I do, but when I blow dry and flat iron my hair, holding my hands up to do the back of my head makes my hands so tired and weak, and is a lot easier just to work from side to side, like now I'm on the right side, and then you'll see that I'm going to go to the left side, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I get to the top of my head. And then I'll just part it where I want it and, style it and do whatever. Another tip when you flat iron your hair, as you probably saw that I was doing throughout the whole video, or at least the portion of me flat ironing my hair, I use a comb to kind of like lead the flat iron, and to what that does is it makes sure that as your flat iron goes down your hair, that it's straightening your hair like straight, and it's not straightening knots or straightening curls. So yeah, I'm just gonna go from side to side. Sometimes you may end up having to do more of the back if you didn't do it high enough, because I actually did that in this video. You'll see me do more right now. I didn't go high enough, so when I was doing it from side to side, it was just too far back, and my part doesn't go halfway down my head, so I just pulled it up a little bit more. And then yeah, I'm gonna keep going until I get to the last bit of it. When I get to like the very last bit of it, I part it where I want my part to be, which is usually on the right side. I part it and then I just straighten it down from there. And I'm almost done. Whenever I can tell that I'm like literally about to be done, I get so happy. And sometimes it even makes me lazy, but you gotta make sure the front of your hair at least is like the bomb.com, because that's what people are gonna see most. That's another thing. If you have curly hair, yeah, you should always try to get it as straight as you can, but if you get the middle still curly, ever wavy at least, you'll be fine. You don't have to straighten the whole entire thing like pin straight. Just make sure the front is pin straight because that's what people's gonna see when they look at you. So I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit to make sure the front is pin straight. And then I took a mirror and looked in the back to make sure the back of it was as straight as can be. And yeah, and now I'm gonna add some more of my smoothing serum. Oh my gosh, that stuff makes my hair feel so amazing. And here is the finished look. So yeah, thanks guys.